Hello everybody, my name is PLWH and welcome to I Am Positive. If this is your first time, you're welcome. On this channel I talk about HIV/AIDS to inform and to educate people about the virus. If you want to know why I do that, go back and check all my videos and then you would understand the why. Anyway, today I want to talk about the Anti-Discrimination Act of 2014 as it relates to employment, and to drive home that I'm going to be sharing a story. I'm going to be sharing my story of how I changed my job, right? So let's get into it. In 2017, I got a message from a former colleague, and then he said, oh, but there's a new role. If you're willing, you can send your CV to so-and-so email. I sent my CV, I got an invitation to interview, and I'm like, yeah, I need to do my research. Do I want to move to this place? So I called somebody who knew somebody in that organization, and I said, hello, my name is PLWH. I got an interview with your company. What's your company like? Tell me about the welfare for staff. Tell me what the working environment is like. Do they pay pension? Do they pay on time? Do they pay salaries on time? Do they hold salaries? Do they cut salaries anyhow they wish to? Right? Because I mean, where I'm coming from is a bit toxic, but I want to know if I'm moving from fry pan to fire. So you need to let me know. And then he goes, oh, the place is not bad. I'm like, cool. Do they do medical tests to confirm your employment? And he goes, yeah, they do. My heart sunk. So I thought, what do I do? I sent an email to reschedule the interview. A part of me was actually so afraid to go. So by rescheduling, I thought they were going to say, oh, sorry, you have to come that day, and I'll tell them I cannot make it, and then I'll just move on from it, because I'm not about to do a test and share my HIV status with those people. I mean, at that point in 2017, I just found out about my status in 2016. So I still had the control over who knew and who didn't know. Okay? I still had the control over who knew and who didn't know. So I felt like doing that test would take that control completely away from me, and then people that I don't even know, that I don't care about me, will know about that secret or that secret part of my life. So I rescheduled. Unfortunately for me, they replied and said, oh, okay, when do you want to come? So and so day is fine, and then we rescheduled. Guys, I kid you not. The day I was going for the interview, I felt sick. The night before, I started feeling really, really sick. I had to get malaria drug. Fear is a terrible thing, and our mind is so powerful, right? I'd conditioned my mind to be so afraid of letting people know about my virus, to the point that I was so, I'd not even gone to the first interview. I was already afraid of what was going to happen at the end. Just the fear of the unknown. Anyway, I got there. It was good because they invited me for a second round to meet with the managing director, and that went well as well. So after that, I got an email to go do my medical exam. I prayed, or I thought I prayed, because I was worrying more than I was praying. But when you're just like, God, please help me, how will I do my life, or and all this stuff. Anyway, eventually I got to the hospital, and trust me, I did my research. Do you have to do an HIV test for medical exam? Is it necessary? A lot of the things I saw online told that it wasn't necessary actually, but I mean, it's a one-man business, so they're going to do whatever it is that they want to do, and we know Nigeria is literally lawless. Anyway, I got there, I asked the nurse, what test are you doing? And she told me, unfortunately for me, it included HIV. I mean, I knew what the result was going to be, except a miracle was going to happen, and then it was going to turn out negative, right? So they did it. After 3 days, I was called and my result was ready. I got there, and I was already thinking, God, what do I do? When they ask me if I know, what do I say? Should I lie or should I be honest? Guys, there's nothing like being truthful. Honestly, just be honest, be open, be as transparent as possible. So the nurse came and said, oh, ma'am, we'll be with you shortly. Your results will soon be ready. After about 15 minutes again, a younger doctor came and said, we'll be with you shortly. We'll let you know when we are ready to see you. I'm like, yeah, I know what you guys are pushing to. Yeah, no, usually nurses are not nice. So people are not nice. So why are you coming to meet me and being so cautious? So I eventually got in to meet the medical director, such a lovely elderly man. He's dead now. May your soul rest in peace, sir. Anyway, I'm saying that like he's right here beside me. Anyway, so I got there and the man said, your result is out and it shows that you're HIV positive. Do you know? And I'm like, that pause, I'm like, oh yes, I know. I'm currently on my antiretroviral treatment and I'm actually undetectable. And it's like, oh, fantastic. So we don't need to go through the stress of educating you about it. I'm going to call your bosses. I have a pretty good relationship with them, and I'm going to let them know that they can employ you. Guys, just that easy. I began to think, why was I worrying? Isn't this a lesson to you? Like, why are you worrying? God has literally said, lay it all at my feet. Let me worry about it. Do not worry about what to eat, what to drink. I mean, that position had already been prepared for me. There was literally nothing I was going to do about it. Anyway, after this man said that, I still thought, don't let me be too happy or too joyous. So what did I do on the day I was supposed to resume? I spoke to my head of sales the Sunday before. I said, Ma, this is what is going on. I'm HIV positive and I'm so afraid that when I go back to that place, they might tell me not to resume because of so and so. And she was like, okay, no problem, go. Don't resign here first. But I'd already written out my resignation in my email. I'm there ready to just press send, right? It was a risky move, but I don't feel sorry for it because this organization that I was in, toxic. Like, you literally lose your peace of mind working in that place. And I'm not even kidding. So I didn't even care about their rule of pay 1 month in lieu salary or 1 month notification. I didn't care because at that point they were owing me salary. They were not paying my pension. So they were owing me a lot of money that would cover up for my salary. Anyway, so I got there the next morning and I was like, God, please let this be good. And then the lady came and said, oh, your table is being prepared. You're going to get to work shortly. Your computer. I'm like, oh, wow. Immediately I sent the resignation letter. Bam. Guess what my company does? They sent me a sack letter in response to my resignation letter. Guys, that was hilarious. Anyway, that's not why we are here. So, what does the 2014 Anti-Discrimination Act say about protecting the rights and dignity of the people living with HIV? It says a lot. I'm going to attach 2 links. One is the link directly to the act itself, and another one is a summarized version of the Anti-Discrimination Act. And I'm going to take some excerpts from that, right? So what are the people protected? People that are living with HIV, AIDS, and what rights do they have? You have rights to health care, you have rights to religious, political, social gathering, you have right to employment at the workplace, you have right to get married, you have rights to be attended to, you have right to access to health care, right? And if they do not give you this rights, you have the right to sue. Okay, so literally what that means is that you have to sue. You have to, if you feel like your rights are not being given to you, you can sue. Now, another thing I need to mention for those of us that are living with HIV/AIDS is if you're getting married to somebody, you need to let them know about your status, because if they do not know and they get married to you, they can sue you for keeping that information to yourself. So I don't understand people that go around and, just, honestly, it's not proper. Do better. Like I said, I'm going to post the link so that you can educate and inform yourself. And I'm just so grateful to that doctor who spoke to my bosses. And of course, my bosses who are knowledgeable enough to know that they cannot refuse me employment simply because I'm HIV positive, especially when I'm undetectable and I'm on my drugs. All right? Anyway, my name is PLWH again. Do not forget to subscribe, to share, to like, to comment. Let me know what you think about my video. Once again, facial skin by Lala Lush. I'm absolutely wearing no makeup, and honestly, I like what it is doing to my skin. I love it. Thank you so much, Lola. You're doing an amazing job with your organic product. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.